In the summer of 2010, I ended up in Hardinsburg, Kentucky for my grandmother's funeral. The only other time I had been up there was when I had been younger, and it was so that my grandfather could be the priest for my dad's current marriage. Anyways, I was in Kentucky for 5 or 6 days and spent every night at my cousin/aunt's, I'm not really sure which she is, house. Of the grandchildren who were grown up, I was the youngest and ended up on babysitting duty for the majority of the time up there. I stayed in a little trailer at the top of a hillock along with a bunch of my younger cousins. During the day, everyone would go over to my granddad's and leave me there with the kids, and then come home for a few hours and put the kids to bed before heading back out to go and do God knows what. I stayed up pretty late on the last night we were there. The kids were in bed and I had the place to myself for quite a while, so I figured I would go and sit on the porch, enjoying a cigarette. As I walked out the door, there was this god-awful stench. It was a metallic, shitty smell that is really hard to describe, but I am sure if you have smelt it, you know what I am saying. It was just this gross-ass stench that hit me like a ton of bricks when I got outside. I started gagging and walked down the stairs of the trailer thinking I would get some fresh air off the porch. As I got down, I saw in the moonlight what looked like one of my younger cousins, Aiden. He was just kind of standing there with his back to me a good 50 feet away from the trailer. I yelled out to the little kid that he needed to get back inside or his mama would flay him alive, but he just kept standing there. I kept hollering and walked up to him, and as I got closer, I noticed he seemed kind of off. He was standing, but he had his knees bent at weird angles to each other, and his head was cocked to the side a little. I tapped him on the shoulder and he turned around. Aiden had this crazy manic smile on his face, and sweat was just pouring off his little forehead. He started shaking and it took me a moment to realize that he was laughing because no sound was coming out. I tried to pick him up and carry him inside so I could look at him in some decent light and make sure he was okay, but he must have backstepped as I tried to get him. I snatched at him again and I caught him and he just started screaming in this really freaky guttural voice I didn't think he could make. It was just way too deep and gruff for a 5-year-old to make. While he was screaming, he was also flailing his arms and legs around. He ended up making contact with my groin, so I dropped him, and he ran off towards the trailer. I sat there hunched over for a moment, getting some air before running up after him. He was gone when I looked up, so I ran inside, hoping he would be waiting for me in the living room. Well, he wasn't, but after some looking around, I found him passed out in the top bunk of his bunk bed. I was confused as hell, but I wasn't going to wake him up and I just decided I would let his mom know about it when she got home. When my aunt got home a few hours later, I told her about it, and she woke up Aiden to ask about it. He had no clue whatsoever what we were talking about, and we ended up sending him back to bed after giving him some juice. My aunt thinks I must have had some crazy vivid dream and made it up, but the next morning while I was loading my stuff up into the truck, I smelled that gross smell and I would have sworn I saw Aiden darting underneath the trailer. Had he not walked out the front door a split second later along with the rest of the family, I would have chased after him, but I just told myself I was imagining things and didn't say anything to my family. Wife asks me to go camping. Hate the idea. She is excited though, so sure, why not? We drive to a secluded bit of land her grandparents own. Spend hours setting up the tent and campsite. We get ready, go hiking. It rains a little. We get a little wet. We double back. Get back just as it gets dark. Make a fire. Wife is getting a little low energy. We eat and talk for a while. Decide to go to sleep. Inflatable mattress. Double sleeping bag. We get in together. She is shivering. Ask if she is okay. I'm fine. She keeps shivering. I don't feel good. You said you were fine. I don't want to ruin our trip. Oh boy, we get to go home. Feel her face. She's pretty hot. Well, it won't be any fun if you don't feel well. I think you may have a fever. I guess. Let's go home. Get up and get her to the car. Start it and turn on the heat. Start packing up our stuff. In the tent, deflating the mattress. The horn beeps. I run out and over to the car. She says there was someone around our camp. Said they were crawling. As soon as she saw them move and was sure it was someone, she beeped the horn. Can tell she is upset. Don't believe her though. Tell her to relax and go back to packing. Gather everything outside the tent. Step back in to roll up the mattress. Hear her yell my name. Sounded like it came from the woods. Why is she outside the car? Hear, help, X, my leg is bleeding. Rush out, glance at the car. She is asleep in the seat. Wave of fear. Hear something yell again. Help me. Still sounded like her, but somewhat off. Too raspy and deep. Take down the tent. Just roll it up. Shove it in the car. Left a few things. Got out of there. Driving a little fast. Wake wife up and have her put her seatbelt on. Get home and ask her to tell me what she saw. She said it was white. Thought it was a naked person crawling behind some trees. She saw them stand up against the tree and she beeped the horn and they dropped down and ran. Okay, so I have a story. Not sure if it is paranormal, but freaked me out. Live in Arizona. Went camping with some work friends in Sedona area. Near river, wooded area. One friend has speech issues. Had some eroticism issues. Couldn't say R sounds very well. Anyway, went camping in a remote area. Set up camp near river since it was before mosquito season. Eroticism guy is quiet type, just sort of falls into background. Don't see much of him. Everyone is running around exploring and swimming. Gets dark, things settle down. Eroticism guy still not around, but no one is too worried. Grown-ass man can take care of himself, not that late either. Getting darker, starting to worry. Eroticism guy finally shows up. Takes seat by campfire, stares blankly into it. Ask if he is okay. Yes. Ask where he was. Says nothing. He has always been aloof and quiet, so just let it go. He's back, safe, that is all that matters. Start having fun with other friends again. Forget about eroticism guy, he just sort of slips into the background as always. Go to bed. Eroticism guy and a few others stay up. Felt good going to bed, but couldn't fall asleep. Got more and more restless, drifting in and out. Kind of have to pee, thought maybe that would help me sleep. Get out of tent. Eroticism guy still in his exact spot, barely able to see him from the burned down coals. Nearly shit myself, creepy as hell. Just can't describe it, he was sitting there, completely still, just looking at the coals. Rub hands together and put them near fire pit, like he was warming them with a big fire. Not sure what to do. He turns and looks at me. Finally decide to say something. Maybe something freaked him out from when he disappeared. Maybe he saw a dead body or something and is now in a catatonic state. Start calming down. You okay? It's like 4 a.m. Suddenly stands up and starts talking. Acts cheery, but can't seem to put emotion behind it. Babbles on for a few moments about the sun coming up soon and getting another good hike in before having to leave. Wants to go for a hike with me. Like, right that damn second. Doesn't want anyone else to come or know where we are going. Doesn't want me to even change clothes or put on shoes. Gets more and more persistent. Suddenly, realize that he is pronouncing words perfectly. Eroticism guy cannot say some words correctly for his life. This guy has not messed up a single word. Start freaking out. Say that I am going to wake up others. Go towards the tents. Rattle them. Yell to friends that it is time to get up. Never take eyes off of eroticism guy. He sits down, returns to his pose of just staring at the coals. Most friends get up. Pretty mad at me. I don't care about that. Say anything needed to keep them up. One guy bitches about the cold. Talks about getting firewood. Eroticism guy offers to join him. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Don't know what to do. Out eroticism guy? Try to lie to keep him still? Or just let friend go with him and be thankful it's not me? Stupid me, I volunteer to join them. Eroticism guy stares at me for a moment. Might have been a glare, might have been just a calculating stare. Either way, I know that I saved my friend's life. Eroticism guy follows us, slowly, just really creepy. Like he didn't fit with us. Do not leave friend's side for a second. Keep looking back at eroticism guy. Friend gets the idea that something is up. He starts looking back at eroticism guy too. Get the damn firewood, get back. Never take eyes off of eroticism guy again. Friend does same. He seems to get that eroticism guy is acting weird. Just stares blankly. Doesn't talk unless spoken to. Will do out-of-place actions. Like he'll kneel down and pull his shoelaces around. Like he was pretending to tie them. All of the others return to sleep for a few hours. Once people wake up, no one but me and my friend notice that Roticism guy is weird. He will randomly talk to the others, trying to get them to go off alone with him. No one does since he was always so weird about it. He asked one guy if he wanted to go pee, for example. Roticism guy might be quiet, but he isn't that awkward. Keep close eye on him. Make sure no one gets alone with him. Pack up. Time to go. I'm driving. Once we get near Sedona, Roticism guy asks to be let out. Says he'll walk home. He lives in Phoenix, 2-hour drive away. Let him out. I do not care. Just want him out of the damn car. Others seem confused, but I don't care. He gets out. We drive off. Stare at him. He doesn't move, just twitches a little bit. Make turn. Can't see him anymore. Immediately tell others what happened. Slightly scared that he'll jump out and start going gorilla on the car or something. But nothing. Others comment that he was being weird, but still don't agree with just leaving him. Can't seem to convey that he wasn't being weird. No one but the firewood friend believes me. He doesn't speak up much. Drop it. Back at work, Roticism guy doesn't show up for a few days. When he does get back, stays away from me. Not sure what to do, but he seems to be back to normal. Doesn't offer to go to the bathroom with any more people anyway. Eventually talk to him. He's pissed as to why we just left him out there. Yell at him for being so damn creepy, and besides, he asked to be let out. More arguing about the facts until I get it. He claims that I took him to show him something on the first day, walked for hours, then disappeared. He was lost in the woods the entire damn time. That was not Roticism guy that spent the night with us. Never speak of it again. Never tell Roticism guy my side of the story.